the fringe of... So that might fall down.
Right, everyone ready?
It's my zone.
Cool. Okay. So hi everyone and welcome to Benumu Interviews. So today we have the amazing Pink Cigar. I know we've done a lot of shows together, but it's actually great to get you in and actually have a proper conversation.
Hey.
Yeah. So, okay. Who are Pink Cigar? Let everyone know.
The best rock and roll band you've ever heard in your life. One word.
Yeah.
Wow. What did you say to that? So all right then. So let's go a bit deeper than that. So how did you all meet? What's the story?
So me and Sid went to school with each other, 2 years apart. He's the old one, obviously. And then we made friends on a school trip, smoking marijuana outside. Was it the headmaster's room?
Yeah.
Because we were serious rebels.
It was legal then, just to...
Yeah. It was in Amsterdam, yeah, and it was green tea anyway. But and then we went our separate ways. I went to a different school and met him, and I liked him. Sam. Sam. Yeah, I liked him because he had similar hair to me and a similar coat. I also thought, who's this wanker? Thinks he's like the sort of, the boy of the year. I was like, yeah, I'll show him. And then I met him and he wasn't like that at all. But he gave off that vibe for some reason. And then I was in a band. I got auditioned for a band, and then he happened to be the drummer, which was really weird because we lost touch and we just saw each other at the audition. We're like, ooh. And then anyway, they needed a bass player, so Sam joined in. And then after that, we decided to form a new band. And this man right here was Whiplash Jackson. He was working in the pub that... our
local.
Yeah, our local pub, the Portobello Gold, which is now closed. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Whiplash saw us play live, and he was like, let me sing for you. And I was like, wow. And then after one gig... he said it to me again, and I had my guitar with me, and I played Jumping Jack Flash, and he sung it, and I remember this. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. It was fucking awesome, and me and Sid clocked eyes, and we were like, yes, this is the moment.
Yeah.
And then he joined, and then we had a rehearsal after that, like a proper one, and that was a complete train crash.
Terrible.
And then and we worked and finally got to be a good band.
Yeah.
So that's
And then we carried on.
That's
What would you say it is though? Is it like a meeting of minds, or is it musically on the same sort of wavelength, or what is that thing that really sort of the click was? Because obviously you had the relationships from school and so forth, which opened the door. But what was the thing that cemented it? Was it just like, wow, shit guys, we are on the same hymn sheet here, or it was just like, yeah, this just makes so much sense?
Yeah.
I think we're just very similar as people. I mean, we look quite different.
At all.
I think, we get on. We have the same sense of humour. We're all musicians, and we're comfortable around each other to say what we want. Well, we were back then.
That was going to be another.
Now we all have hidden.
I think I don't know how it's happened, but as a four, why I feel it's so precious, this band, is that we have a chemistry which bands need, and we just do have that for some reason. And we also have this thing when we're together, is it just gets extremely silly, ridiculously silly, and
no comments.
Yeah, and the whole Pink Cigar sort of no one planned the wackiness or the silliness of the band, but that is all our characters sort of merged into one. We never meant to be a band that made a lot of jokes. Well, I certainly didn't but we are, because that's how we are together. Although the music is on the whole serious.
We take that bit seriously.
We take it, and we do feel we are a great band, and make good songs with serious lyrics mostly. Well,
But we have a good time.
Yeah.
Because what's interesting after knowing you guys for a while now is, so they obviously, sort of all similar, but there's that little aspect as well that opposites attract.
Yeah.
Because the stage presence is very different, and you just all jam together. So
That's it.
So how long have you guys been together now then?
Late 2009.
Yeah. I think
so.
We broke up for a bit, just
about 9 years, I guess.
About 9 years, yeah. Okay.
We lived together in we had a flat that some bloke.
Yeah.
Our mate's brother was in prison. For murder.
Yeah.
So we wanted to move out of our houses, and so we stayed there for a bit.
Yeah.
And we jammed there. That's where we wrote The Throat and wrote a few other songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really, what happened next? Because you guys, I'm pretty confident, have one hell of a story to.
Yeah.
Well, we
share,
lived there for a bit, but then I was the only one who had a job at the time.
Show off.
And then the person every morning downstairs.
No, I worked in a fish and chip shop.
Oh, yeah, you did. But I just have to go.
I worked at a pub.
Okay, I just had to wake up in the morning.
You didn't have the day job.
Yeah, a real job. Yeah.
I used to get hassle from the neighbour. He was like, why are you up late with all these different men coming back every night? Like, what are you doing with them up there? And then he ratted us out
like full blast.
So we had a rehearsal on the roof, and some kids started throwing stones at us.
Yeah.
Smash the window.
Smash the
So
window.
it was in a really rough estate,
Right.
and there's just like us boys, just like playing rock and roll on
We'll
the
guitar
roof.
you.
Yeah,
Piece of
yeah.
guitar.
And he's just
Drinking
like these like
absinthe on
kids,
the
yeah,
roof.
throwing rocks at us. We're like, yeah, cool.
And then the bloke thought the rocks had come from inside the house, so he kicked us out.
Yeah.
And we all.
And what didn't?
He was
Came
a
from
grumpy
outside,
bastard.
They came from
Yeah,
outside.
but
Yeah,
we tried to
I
get
know.
forensic
He was the
evidence.
expert.
We'll be inside throwing stones
Yeah, yeah.
at the fucking window. You know what I mean? That's fucking mad. Yeah.
So 9 years ago, guys, it's a long time. So do you want to?
Don't rub it
I think
in,
it'd
but
be really great if everyone could sort of understand the journey.
Sure. It's been,
You know?
yeah, I mean,
Well, we
I
start.
yeah.
First gig was the Albany.
Yeah, the Albany and on
Great Portland
Great
Street.
Portland Street, and like it was completely rammed, which was cool.
Sam brought half of Bristol.
Yeah, I said maybe don't tell anyone about this gig because like you don't put pressure on it.
No,
And then he just
yeah,
told
go
literally
down.
everyone he knew, and then like the whole place was rammed. And I actually personally think like we made a big impact. People could see the potential, but I think it took us a while to like
Yeah, to actually get
get good to
Yeah.
like start fulfilling our potential.
Especially like
Yeah.
the way we all look together and
Yeah.
all that kind of thing as well. You know, you obviously don't want it to be as like the be all and end all, but it's very important. You know what I mean? That's when you see a band, they look like a unit
Great.
Yeah,
and they play well together. That's what it's all about, being tight.
yeah,
So yeah, that took a bit of time.
Yeah, we used to get, was it Tommy Flynn's, which is a pub, which is now B@1 in Camden. We used to play there. We used to know the bloke there, and he'd just call us whenever any band dropped out. We play there like 3 times a week.
You know, lock-ins.
Just for,
Played
yeah,
at
we
the
did that for
cocktail.
like a year.
Yeah.
or
But we
two.
also spent like we used to do 3 days a week in on the green,
Yeah,
and like how many hours a day was it?
that was where I used to work in Portobello.
yeah.
That's gone
But
as
we
well.
used to like
RIP.
4 hours a day, 3 days a week, and we've done that for a while, didn't we? Just try and get it like
Yeah,
spot on.
he let us rehearse for free.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
pretty much drink
That
for free
was
there as well.
that
It
was
quite
good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this. You made up that shot that was called.
Ugh.
Well, it wasn't really called anything. It was
no,
just what it was.
It was a double shot with Ray and Nephew and tequila just mixed in together because they kept drinking. They kept turning up and drink like all
Afterwards,
night there, and
yeah.
the boss is just looking at me just like, you got to stop giving them free drinks, really. So I give them this powerful shot to knock them all out and make them puke. So they stop pestering me behind
It's
the
a
bar.
double shot of Ray and Nephews, which is like 60%.
Yeah, over
60%
proof
rum
rum.
with tequila. And he,
Not good to go
63.
over.
He knows.
Yeah.
Just for anyone, because the band's on video, so anyone that doesn't know Aff is, he's a connoisseur of Ray and Nephew, but hence the 63.
Yeah,
It's,
it's strong stuff. So
it's in a double shot, so like one shot's enough, and then you mix it with tequila, and you told the customers that it's a thing, but it wasn't a thing. It was just mixing the 2 strongest drinks together, and it was like puke juice.
Everyone.
Yeah.
had
Put a
fun.
grenadine in it as well.
drink of that.
Do you make
I didn't get the
do you put
grenadine
in it to make it
Nah,
pink?
come on.
Yeah. But it was like I think like 4 times out of 5 times I tried it, I like threw up. So like just straight away you're like
Like absinthe.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you
it's
get
like
some of
it
that,
makes
so-
absinthe taste like tiramisu. It's like it is a,
After your
it's
6 or
awful
7
drink.
pints
I actually
as well,
want to
when
do
you
it
get
again.
that,
I want to
it's,
conquer it.
Oh,
You know, to cut a long story short, we've had lots of trials and tribulations. We have been 9 years. I didn't even know that. I thought it was 8, but still, cheers for the maths. No, I was just like trying to explain sort of, because some of it is like, do we really want to say that to the audience? And some of it you probably do, but I don't want people to be like, oh, we've just been sort of faffing about for 9 years and you got nowhere. We kind of have our reasons and like had sort of lots of ups and downs and a sort of weird career, if you like. So I was just trying to explain that, but then again, it's a double-edged sword because it can come across like.
But one thing I've noticed when we've done gigs together is the crowd really support you guys, and it feels like there's a real relationship and bond, and they come and see you because they love the music, they love the show, and there's a connection. And I think the appreciation that you put in your heart on your sleeve and just
so it's actually rolling now.
Yeah, that was rolling now,
Cool, I meant all of that.
I was like,
I think this conversation is important.
I thought we were off there, but yeah, we've got to roll with it. Excuse the pun. Yeah.
what did you say, sir?
Yeah, the bond with. Some people. People really do love the band, and people buy into the sort of the vibe of it and kind of get it, and I love that so much when people do, and I just really don't want to let them down. I want to I have ambitions. I'm sure we all do, to be a success, but also a big part of me is I want to be a success to prove all the people that supported us over the years right.
Yeah.
Even his mum and dad that come to the kid used to come to all the gigs.
Yeah, every single one now given up.
But yeah,
we've had some,
for me it moves me personally.
Okay. I think we can go into this a bit deeper in a minute, but going back to where you started from. So what's the so what was the first sort of gigs, or how long was it before you felt that it was a consistent gigs, the music was coming out, you really tight on stage, and you noticed people really coming to watch you, and what was that journey like?
That was the lead up to our album release, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Probably probably it took us about 2 years to sort of get our sound together, right? We had all this potential, but I feel like we weren't hitting the mark properly, 2 years, and then also building up a following, and then we had to then we made an album, which took ages because we didn't have a record deal. We actually had an investor, but we didn't have a record deal, so it was quite difficult to do all that on such a small budget and in sort of unprofessional circumstances. Very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. Yeah, recording in this basement, this studio this guy lived in. You used
bit of a speedhead, if I'm being honest.
Definitely. Yeah. You get there, and you're like, all right, guys, we're going to start early tomorrow, 2 p.m. And then you get there, you get the door, you bring on it, and you go oh.
He'd been up from
it's like 2:30. He's like, you come back in an hour. And you wake up, and you'd just be there, rolling up his futon, going all right, guys, let's get this album done. But yeah, we definitely. And then once we record it all.
No, once. Oh shit! Yeah,
it was comfortable working with him.
No, it was great. It was great to record in there because he was rock and roll,
and he loved it.
Yeah, he loved it, and he was gave us a lot of energy, and he was like, yeah, go for it. But then when it came to mixing, he just took a massive, huge. Actually, I shouldn't say because he's
right.
It's too late. I've said it.
It took a long time.
No, it didn't really work out how we wanted it to.
He got the dough, didn't he? He had the money, and he was like, oh, I'll do it next week.
He's probably going to watch this.
Like, hey, it was you.
But we had to try and get the raw tracks off him, and he didn't really want to do that.
Wow.
Oh, that was awkward. That was like a gangster film scene. Me and Sam came in with a hard drive, and it was and he was there with this complete nutter from West London. We know. I'm not going to say his name, but
very scary man.
Yeah, really scary. And it was he knew what was about to happen, and we were like. Can we get the raw tracks? Because we wanted to obviously take the raw tracks and get them mixed somewhere else. And he was like, I don't really know how to. And then Sam was like, yeah, you just do this. Because he was blagging and of course he knew how to.
You have to sit and listen for the whole album to play through. So we just had to put the whole album on, open the next track and try and keep comfortable conversation with this maniac. And
I thought we did think it was because it was all calm and too calm. And we just felt like at any second it's going to kick off and we're going to have a gun pointed into our heads. But it turned out all right. And then we got it mixed. So that was a
just
massive
remember walking up the stairs outside and being like,
we go out at the studio and hugged each other, did it. Yeah.
So that takes us back to we hadn't just been fucking around for 9 years. Every year it's been a fucking palaver to be able to record,
the album
to
took
get something done.
2-3 years.
Yeah, life is pretty fucking hard in London, you know what I mean?
And then
I was homeless for 2 years. That was quite exciting stuff.
That's a powerful story, man.
And then we released the album, and things were going well, and we decided to do this genius idea of all the momentum, just stop, break up the band, and then it kind of needed to happen, like for it was like one step back for two steps forward, but it did, and then we had to like, and after exactly, and after a year or so, a year or two, we were like, fuck this shit, we're getting back together.
Was it that long?
It was about
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all this shit was happening, and your dad died, you went homeless. Sad times, really. Yeah. But we're back.
Yeah.
We've played some amazing gigs, and you've toured Germany and Glastonbury,
New York, Glastonbury.
Played New York. We've done.
Yeah, we've done quite a lot, like fair play, and we've done all off and back as well. You know, like,
but these things always happen as ups and downs.
Smiles and
with
frowns.
the band. We one day
we're playing
Glastonbury in front of lots and lots of people, and then we do a gig the week later on a fucking Wednesday night or something.
Yeah.
Playing to 50 people or something, which is still good. I mean, you can still have a good bond with 50 people in a room. Not saying you can't, but it's just like that jump from being like, oh, are we going somewhere? Well, where's this leading to? And then it's like, oh, back to square one. But then we go and play Germany, and we'll have a really good tour and go and do that, and then come back, and you just have some good gigs and some bad gigs. I think.
Yeah. So I think the question that everyone wants to know, while you've been talking about this, is just that there has to be a few legendary stories, right? But let's just have one off the scale mad story.
I know one. I know the one I'm talking about. But it's like a bit. It's a bit.
Done it a few times.
No, it's the bit. It's just a bit. It's just a bit.
Go for it.
Oh fuck it! You know what? It's got to be hard
because it wasn't really our fault.
It wasn't. It was our fault.
I mean, it was our fault, but we're just too stupid to realise.
Check this one out. This was mad.
Disclaimer: do not self-snitch on yourself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what then, this is the perfect time to ask this question, okay? What do you stand for, Pink Cigar?
What do we stand for?
Peace, love, tranquility, harmony.
We hate vandalism.
Getting people out of the shit, saving people with rock and roll. Don't take drugs.
Seriously though, because I know you're really...
serious.
We'll get into it a bit more later as well, but you guys are actually really, really serious and stuff. So what's the mission? What do you stand for?
Equality.
I mean, as a band, like I think everyone's got their own different opinions of what they stand for. Like, the thing is, stand for real, heartfelt, fun rock and roll music.
Yeah.
That I hope people can listen to it and do the same thing. It did to me when I listened to it. It just like make you feel something, inspire you, and enjoy yourself. And I think a lot of like when you listen to music, if there's like some lyrics that you go, oh yeah, like that's what I can relate to that. But just want to I think we just want to touch people's souls, baby.
Want everyone to get up and have a good time. Really?
We've got
something. The funk of everyday life.
You're about to go out and see some other bands, so you put us on before you go out, and you're like, fuck, I can't wait, and you turn up and all the bands are shit, and you go, I wish I fucking went to Pink Cigar gig.
So, everything you read in the news and the way the world is at the moment, do you think that music's changing and people are talking about stuff more, or...?
I think it's come more from the streets, isn't it, these days?
I think, I don't know, I mean, like, there's not much politics in pop music, and I don't think there ever was, and I don't even think personally there even has to be for it to. I don't think, like, a lot of people complain like, oh, like, you're not saying anything political. I think it doesn't necessarily have to. I think it can be, you can be just like, I think it's important to, like, an escape, and it's from the heart, and you can talk about politics if you want, but I personally think that it's better in rock and roll when you sort of allude to it, like the Sex Pistols did, because when you go too direct with it, like, oh, I support Labour, and like I hate Brexit, and I hate Donald Trump, and I hate this and that, then it's like, well, maybe some people that vote Tory or whatever, I don't know, or vote whatever, or just like may not exactly like see eye to eye with you, you can isolate them. And I think like you can't just sort of say, oh, because you're this wing or that wing, you're a good or bad person at all. I think I personally don't like when it's too like beating the drum preachy, because if you don't agree with that, then it's going to kill it for you a bit. So I think it's nice to allude on it, sort of commentate on like what's going on. And
just a general attitude of the band is your political statement in itself. It's not, you don't have to like tell people exactly what you think. You can show them by the fact that you're wearing leather trousers, you're in midair.
Sure.
And you've got a top on.
I think if
pretty self-explanatory.
what we stand for actually, I think probably is like being free, trying to be free. That's what we're all trying to do in life. We're trying to do it with rock and roll because that's fun to us. And hopefully one day we will be free, but the cost of freedom is never free.
What comes with great responsibilities or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought
This guy's the most responsible man.
I was doing knee slides and running around with your arms out going, that's how.
New music, guys. Everything we just spoke about there. So how does the creative process work with you guys? Is it team effort, or everyone has specific roles, or how does it come about?
It's different.
Team
It's different.
effort, really.
Yeah.
It's different for each song,
So
different each time, man.
Sometimes someone might come up with a fully formed song. Not that often.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff we've done is
Nowadays not often.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, usually it would someone come up with a riff, someone else might have some lyrics, something like that. We jam it out. Ed will usually polish it off.
Polish them off.
And then we'll start playing.
And then we'll start thinking about writing songs. Yeah.
So do you all agree on so when you do one of your live performances, who puts the set together? Do you discuss that, or is it just a specific against?
We usually have like a format. Like, I mean, not a format. Like we usually know we've got one that sort of works, and like I'm the nerd who writes 4 sheets of it before we play, and I go to everyone.
It's fucking notes.
Yeah.
Not enough.
There's no notes.
Yeah.
So so do you have a favourite song then, and individually, or is there like as a band, is there one song that you absolutely just love performing together, or have you got different ones got different favourites?
We've probably all got different ones.
Yeah, I think that also with that, it depends on how well it went last time. Depends, if you can play songs that you don't normally play, or stuff that like you're not too keen on, and you could play a gig and it come because I'm fucking amazing, and like you're like that's a new like that's up there again for me. So they all they replace themselves.
Does change a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Some venues, like some songs, just didn't, or some like gigs, they're just that didn't kick off tonight, and then you go, that song did, and.
But I think the worst thing to do is stay away from that song for another 5 gigs. Try and keep that. If the song doesn't go very well, keep playing that song and try and keep it uptight with all the rest of them, because otherwise they can disappear into
if you have a new song, it does take like as you said, about five gigs for it to start sounding good. You shouldn't give up on it if you believe in that potential.
Definitely.
Well, talk about new songs. You've got Boulder coming out on the 27th of October.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Really looking forward to that. So
that's one of my songs I really like to play.
So what was the inspiration behind that one, guys?
I wrote that one.
I had that beat as well for a long time.
It's probably the worst part of the song, though, so let's not hear that.
I was sat around in my brother's flat with the telly didn't work. I sat right next to the overground, and every time the train went past, the TV stopped working. I started drinking K-cider because I thought it tasted nice. Didn't have a job, didn't have any money. I was in debt with this fucking Premier Man company that I had some shoes off years and years ago, and it was on like a credit basis. You get the shoes for a month, and then you start paying them back, and I've never paid them back, and I owe them like £700. So the shoe people are coming. So they're after me. So I got a song called Boulder, because it's always been in the back of my head, like, shit, what if the old people just knock on my door one day, start throwing orthopedic shoes at me. So yeah, that, and I just thought, and also, it's to do with the if you're struggling, then you can't get caught if you're running up a hill by a boulder, and the boulder is the back of your mind and the scary shit that you try not to think about on a daily basis. And then we come up with the beat, and it's got a really it reminds you of The Mask. Do you know The Mask, and they're doing
that kind of old school Gene Krupa kind of drum.
Yeah, it does sound like
kind of old
Boulder
zoot suit sort of thing going on, but also not. It's just good, and the nice breakdowns with the nice
wild.
breaks in the guitar. It's quite high speed as well, so it's like you are like panicking to get through the city, and it's the lyrics speak about the weekend where you can just disappear for like fucking 4 days, and then
The paranoia.
you know, like all paranoia's kicking in, and you've been off your tits for too long, and you go back to the place, and the lights don't work, and back to square one again. But it's monotonous. The whole song it keeps repeating itself over and over again because you're stuck in that hole at the time, and you're trying to get out of it, and you can't because you keep buying case cider from the shop. And,
Those 4-day weekends.
it's 4 days, 4 a month. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
guys,
that's the vibe.
2019 just round the corner. What's next? What's where? Because we sort of, you know, we've met you now. Know what you're about. We know where you sort of go. Most important is where you're going to. What's on the horizon for you
We
guys?
met, this what are they called? Benumu? They called
Benumu,
I met these guys, and I reckon we're going to hit 2019 pretty fucking in the face with these cats.
Oh yeah.
They're keeping the ball rolling, keeping us on the ball on a Monday
On the
night
boulder.
on the boulder.
Just keep releasing songs.
Yeah, so try and get as much
cool.
out there as possible. All the stuff that I haven't released, try and get it out, whether it's done as a big thing or it's done as just a check this out, guys. If you haven't heard it yet,
Because
Just keep
I've been really fortunate to hear some of the new stuff that's not been released yet, and it's absolutely amazing. So I know that people out there can't literally wait to hear it. So sort of early 2019, mid 2019, I think there's going to be some pretty amazing songs
Yeah.
coming out.
It'd be nice to get back in the studio again.
yeah, very much so.
Some stuff.
I think that's what we're missing at the moment.
Just play to people who haven't heard us. On a more audience, more people, more places, more
Bigger venues
experiences.
with better bands.
And what's really good about you guys as well is you've been doing some really great charity work. I know you did the headline for Musicians Against Homelessness, which was brilliant. I think we've got some stuff coming up with Mind, which is going to be, again, really exciting to raise awareness about mental health ills and stuff. So I think as a band, that's really brilliant that you're supporting those
I think you've got to
type
try
of
and do everything,
initiatives.
all round band stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not. We're not gonna change the world with that, but it's it's doing a little thing of potentially raising awareness, which is always good.
Yeah.
Some good causes there.
Yeah, we got a good platform to do it as well. If we can, entice other people to give a fuck about charities, then right on.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
So we spoke to a couple of Pink Cigar fans,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they got some questions.
Oh, hang on.
So Matilda, did you want to ask one?
So, are you all extroverts, and how does the band dynamic work?
Oh, I'm certainly an extrovert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Extrovert.
quite like being pretty out there.
We're all pretty silly, definitely.
Yeah.
Me and Sid don't even know what that word means.
Show offs.
Oh, yeah, big time. I'm definitely a show off. Since school I was like the class clown and everything, so
Yeah.
huge show off.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and dynamic between all four of us is the case that, yeah, we're all a bit mental. We're all a bit out there, and and we ain't very...
Mostly, if we're on
You know
tour.
when we've entered a room, and let's leave it at that.
Because we say hello.
We've entered the room. I've entered the room. How can we maybe have said this?
So, what would be your dream venue or dream gig to play at?
Oh.
Coco for me. Actually, no, what the fuck am I saying? No, I do want to play it because
Nan's Kitchen.
because I used to go there. Like it was a big deal in my mind when I was like 16. So
It's also one of the
And
last venues in Canada.
I know it was also like a really like old, like nice Victorian, like traditional venue. I would like to play there, but when I said Coco halfway through it was out of my mouth. I was like, ooh, what was I doing?
Bigger scale, what we
Yeah.
got, like Brazil,
I love Brazil.
Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
I'll play everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
mountains,
anywhere.
Honestly.
Raise the Dead
Yeah.
from Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
Brixton Academy, though, would be
Live
good.
from the river.
Yeah,
Just because I've seen some
O2s,
bands there.
the Granite
I'd like
Show
to know.
2.
Yeah,
That's
What,
a
the
good
one
bit
I
of
got a great
thing.
deal there.
Did you?
Free handset, 10 minutes.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Play the gig there. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Customer service is good there. Yeah.
Vodafone.
Next question is, what's more important for you? Who you're playing with or where you're playing?
Where?
Where?
I mean, as in Who are these guys or other bands?
Other bands.
Other bands. Yeah, where?
Yeah.
Although it is nice when you've got, I don't know, like when the Feminists came over, or we do those gigs with couples or whatever. There's good bands that.
It's nice. It's nice to play with other bands, but actually, both important.
If you get on with other bands and there's no shit, you know. Usually there isn't. I don't think there is. I don't think there is anymore. There's not that like ego. Well, you're the singer and I'm the singer. Well, hey, you're the singer. I'm the singer in this band. I
think they know with us. They just can't touch us.
Stay
in their place.
How did the nicknames Whiplash Jackson, Eddie Lightning, Spreads Happiness, and Bollock come about?
He speaks for himself.
Literally.
I made these up.
Everything.
Yeah, Spreads Happiness because he does. it's basically just gets on with everyone. He's a nice dude.
He is. Lovely man.
Whiplash Jackson was made up when I was working on a building site, and I was thinking about stupid names for bands, and it started off as fucking Gary Lightbody, right? And then I thought that's a stupid name, and I came up with loads of other different ones, and then Whiplash Jackson, I don't know, I just find it hysterically funny, but it's spelled with a 1 and an X, because it's futuristic.
And the Jackson is with an X as well.
Yeah, so it's Whiplash with a 1 and Jackson with an X.
Sure.
Eddie Lightning is because...
I don't know.
Because he's the fastest player on guitar, but doing anything else...
I'm not.
You are in my eyes, Ed.
Thank you,
And everything else takes ages to do.
Yeah, I'm actually also known as the Snail Man. That's not as rock and roll, is it?
It's because it takes fucking ages going anywhere or doing
anything.
Yeah,
like watch me pick up that mug.
Go on,
I have a theme tune as well.
Snail Man.
And then Bollock because his head looks like a bollock.
Yeah, because he shaves everything and it's singular.
If you shave.
What do you guys love most about being artists? Or what do you hate most about being artists?
Being autistic.
No, artists.
See colours. Oh, wait, no.
I think you can get away with losing more stuff if you say you're in a band. If someone chats to you, what do you do? It's I'm in a band. They go, oh really?
Yeah, they do give you.
See what you're gonna do next.
I don't think you have to grow up so quickly if you're in a band.
That's true.
You can act like a dick for a bit longer, which helps.
Yeah.
For people like us, anyway.
The finances are not great.
The band members.
Yeah, they're not great.
Picking the right outfit.
Yeah, that is really taxing on the mind. You know.
Yeah, it's not easy being in a band, especially when you've been in a band for a long time and you've seen things come and go. Yeah, not knowing exactly what's going to happen next is a bit
sort of precarious lifestyle.
Yeah, and you put off everything else. You hold off everything else.
Yeah.
Because you know that one day you're gonna make something of it.
Yeah. That is the thing, because I don't think we would be the reason we do. We all live a ridiculous lifestyle, like really silly. You know, the things we've done and do is just really stupid. But it's all because it's all a sacrifice to be in a band. You know what I mean? I don't even think I'd be in London anymore if it wasn't for the band. I've been here my whole life, so I guess the downside is sort of, if you're serious about it, you do have to sort of put everything else on hold in your life.
And that's not a hate thing. Yeah. It's just a fact.
Sure.
And finally, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Merry Christmas.
How's it going, guys?
Have you got any Mars bars? Thanks. Thanks. Absolutely. Keep coming to the gigs. Keep checking out the new music that we're making. Please
believing
like
yourself,
and comment on all the media and stuff. Tell your friends. Send us some dick pics.
Be happy.
Be happy. Yeah. Don't take too many drugs. I don't take my fucking drugs.
Save them for us. Give them the gigs. Bring them to the gig.
No, don't do that. Just enjoy yourselves. Yeah. Don't drink too much.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
See you soon. Brilliant.
Yeah.